High above the endless skies of Virgo, where gravity bends like dreams and cities float like whispers, lies a secret only the winds can tell. When Alex Benson discovers patterns in the clouds that defy logic, he meets Nuria, a woman whose crystalline wings pulse with the rhythm of the atmosphere itself, and teams up with meteorologist Michelle Durand to organize the first-ever Sky Dance Festival. But not everyone wants them to succeed. As bureaucratic storms brew below and treacherous air currents threaten above, their journey becomes more than just a celebration. It's a fight for freedom, unity, and survival. What will it take to bring people together when the sky itself seems determined to keep them apart? Stay tuned until the end to uncover the truth, and don't forget to subscribe for more thrilling tales from beyond our world. The day began like any other for Alex Benson, though ordinary was rarely a word one could use to describe life on Virgo. His research station hung suspended over a vast expanse of cotton candy clouds, tethered by invisible forces to the planet's core far below. The hum of instruments filled the small chamber as Alex adjusted dials and studied holographic projections of atmospheric data. He had always been fascinated by the strange phenomena unique to this world: clouds that sang, lightning that painted rainbows across the horizon, and winds that whispered secrets older than time itself. Today, however, something unusual caught his eye. A pattern emerged within the chaotic swirls of wind currents, a symmetry too perfect to be natural. It wasn't random turbulence or the usual seasonal shifts. It felt deliberate, almost alive. Intrigued, Alex leaned closer to his console, zooming in on the anomaly. That's when he noticed it. Faint traces of energy pulsing through the airflows, forming intricate shapes resembling ancient glyphs. His heart raced. Could these be remnants of some long-lost civilization? Or perhaps evidence of intelligent life hidden within the very fabric of the sky? As he prepared to document his findings, the door to his lab slid open with a soft hiss. Standing there was someone unlike anyone Alex had ever seen. Her name was Nuria, and she carried herself with an ethereal grace that made her seem part of the atmosphere itself. Most striking were her wings, not feathers, but translucent membranes that shimmered with shifting colors, reflecting the direction and speed of the wind around her. She introduced herself as a specialist in aerial dynamics, sent to assist him after reports of unusual activity reached the Central Council. Little did Alex know, this meeting would change everything. Nuria's arrival marked the beginning of an unlikely partnership. At first glance, she appeared fragile, almost otherworldly, yet there was strength in her gaze, a determination that hinted at years spent navigating both literal and metaphorical storms. As she explained her role, Alex couldn't help but marvel at how seamlessly her wings adapted to even the slightest breeze. They weren't merely decorative. They served as living sensors, attuned to every nuance of the surrounding air. Together, they reviewed the data Alex had collected, piecing together clues about the mysterious patterns. Their discussions often stretched late into the night, illuminated only by the soft glow of monitors and the occasional flash of distant lightning. Despite their differing approaches, Alex methodical and analytical, Nuria intuitive and fluid, they found common ground in their shared curiosity. One evening, as they stood on the observation deck overlooking the endless sea of clouds, Nuria turned to Alex and said, "You know, I've always believed the sky has its own language. Maybe what we're seeing isn't just science, it's poetry." Her words lingered in Alex's mind long after their conversation ended. Poetry or not, the patterns demanded further investigation. With Nuria's expertise and his own relentless drive, they devised a plan to explore the phenomenon firsthand. Using modified gliders capable of withstanding extreme conditions, they would venture into the heart of the swirling currents. But such a mission required additional support, which led them to enlist the help of Michelle Durand, a renowned meteorologist known for her groundbreaking work in mapping Virgo's unpredictable weather systems. Michelle Durand arrived aboard a sleek transport vessel, her presence commanding immediate respect. Unlike Alex and Nuria, whose connection to the skies seemed almost spiritual, Michelle approached her craft with clinical precision. Armed with cutting-edge technology and decades of experience, She brought a level of professionalism that grounded the team's ambitions in reality. Yet beneath her no-nonsense exterior lay a passion for discovery that mirrored their own. Over steaming cups of synthetic tea, the trio discussed their next steps. Michelle listened intently as Alex and Nuria described the patterns and their theories. When they mentioned the possibility of organizing a public event to showcase their findings, Michelle raised an eyebrow. "A festival?" she asked skeptically. "In these conditions? Do you realize how dangerous it is out there?" But Alex pressed on, explaining that the Sky Dance Festival could serve multiple purposes. Not only would it highlight the beauty and complexity of Virgo's atmosphere, but it could also foster international collaboration among scientists, artists, and citizens alike. The idea intrigued Michelle enough to consider joining their cause, albeit reluctantly. After all, if anyone could ensure safety amid chaos, it was her. With Michelle on board, the team set to work planning the logistics. They envisioned dazzling performances choreographed to harmonize with the wind, interactive exhibits demonstrating the science behind atmospheric wonders, and competitions designed to challenge participants' understanding of aerial navigation. However, turning their vision into reality proved easier said than done. Funding needed approval, permits required signatures, and worst of all, bureaucratic hurdles loomed large. Enter Gregory Price, the epitome of red tape and resistance. As head administrator of Virgo's Central Council, Gregory wielded immense power over anything involving public gatherings or resource allocation. To say he disliked outsiders meddling in his domain would be an understatement. From the moment Alex submitted their proposal, Gregory made it clear he intended to block their efforts at every turn. His objections ranged from concerns about environmental impact to fears of overcrowding fragile floating platforms. While some points held merit, others reeked of personal vendettas. Rumors circulated that Gregory harbored resentment toward projects challenging tradition, viewing innovation as a threat to stability. Regardless of his motives, his interference threatened to derail months of hard work. Determined not to give up, the team devised strategies to counteract Gregory's roadblocks. Michelle drafted exhaustive risk assessments, addressing every conceivable concern with meticulous detail. Nuria leveraged her connections within the scientific community, rallying influential figures to endorse their initiative. Meanwhile, Alex focused on garnering public support, sharing snippets of their discoveries via social media channels and sparking widespread interest. Despite their best efforts, Gregory remained unyielding. Just when hope seemed lost, inspiration struck during a routine reconnaissance flight. High above the clouds, amidst turbulent crosswinds, Alex spotted something extraordinary, a previously unknown route connecting several key locations without passing through restricted zones. If they could map and utilize this path, they might circumvent Gregory entirely. The challenge now lay in convincing others to trust them enough to follow. Mapping the newfound route proved both exhilarating and perilous. Guided by Nuria's instincts and enhanced by Alex's technical prowess, the team embarked on daring expeditions to chart each twist and turn. Along the way, they encountered breathtaking vistas, fields of bioluminescent mist, cascading waterfalls suspended midair, and cavernous voids echoing with haunting melodies. Each discovery fueled their resolve, reminding them why they started this journey in the first place. Yet danger lurked around every corner. Rogue gusts threatened to send their gliders spiraling off course, while pockets of dense fog obscured visibility at critical moments. On one occasion, a sudden downdraft nearly forced Nuria into a free fall. Only quick thinking and teamwork saved her from disaster, reinforcing the importance of trust and communication among the group. Back at base camp, Michelle analyzed their recordings, refining calculations and adjusting flight plans accordingly. Her simulations revealed potential weak spots along the route, areas prone to collapse under certain conditions. By identifying these risks ahead of time, she ensured the team avoided catastrophe. Still, uncertainty lingered. Would the newly discovered path hold up under increased traffic? Could they guarantee participant safety during the festival? These questions weighed heavily on everyone's minds. Amidst mounting pressure, tensions occasionally flared. Long hours and sleepless nights took their toll, testing the bonds forged through shared adversity. Yet despite disagreements, a deeper camaraderie emerged. Each member brought unique strengths to the table, balancing weaknesses and complementing skills. Slowly but surely, the dream of hosting the Sky Dance Festival transformed from mere ambition into tangible possibility. As preparations intensified, so too did public anticipation. News of the festival spread rapidly, capturing imaginations across Virgo. Artists envisioned breathtaking performances synchronized with the elements. Activists saw opportunities to advocate for environmental stewardship, and thrill seekers anticipated adrenaline-pumping challenges. Anticipation buzzed through floating cities like electricity, igniting conversations wherever people gathered. To capitalize on this momentum, the team launched a promotional campaign highlighting the festival's educational and cultural significance. Documentaries featuring interviews with leading experts showcased the science behind Virgo's atmospheric marvels. Virtual tours allowed viewers to experience proposed routes firsthand, immersing them in the awe-inspiring beauty awaiting exploration. Social media challenges encouraged participation, inviting users to share creative interpretations of sky dancing, using hashtags tied to the event. Gregory watched these developments unfold with growing unease. Public opinion swayed increasingly in favor of the festival, undermining his authority and exposing cracks in his arguments. Desperate to regain control, he escalated his opposition, filing formal complaints and lobbying allies within the council. Yet his tactics backfired spectacularly. Instead of quelling enthusiasm, his actions galvanized supporters, turning the festival into a symbol of defiance against bureaucratic stagnation. Meanwhile, logistical hurdles persisted. Securing adequate funding remained a constant struggle, requiring innovative solutions and strategic partnerships. Equipment shortages necessitated improvisation, pushing engineers to develop custom tools tailored specifically for the task. Even securing reliable transportation posed challenges, given the unpredictable nature of Virgo skies. Through sheer perseverance, however, the team tackled each obstacle head-on, driven by belief in their mission. With less than a month remaining until launch, final touches came together amidst frenetic activity. Stages rose atop floating platforms, adorned with shimmering fabrics that danced in the breeze. Sound systems tested harmonies, blending music with ambient noise captured directly from the atmosphere. Safety protocols underwent rigorous review, ensuring maximum protection without stifling creativity. Every detail mattered, contributing to an experience designed to inspire wonder and foster connection. Behind the scenes, stress mounted. Deadlines loomed ominously, threatening to derail progress achieved thus far. Supplies ran low, forcing last-minute substitutions and compromises. Disagreements erupted over minor issues, straining relationships already frayed by exhaustion. Yet through it all, a sense of purpose prevailed. This wasn't just about putting on a show, it was about proving that humanity could rise above limitations imposed by fear and tradition. One evening, as twilight bathed the landscape in hues of lavender and gold, the team paused to reflect. Gathered around a makeshift fire pit constructed from salvaged materials, they shared stories of past triumphs and failures. Laughter mingled with tears, forging bonds stronger than any storm. In those quiet moments, surrounded by friends bound by shared dreams, doubts faded away. Whatever happened next, they faced it together. Opening day dawned bright and clear, skies painted in vibrant shades of cerulean and amber. Crowds converged upon designated entry points, eager anticipation palpable in the crisp morning air. Volunteers directed traffic, guiding participants along carefully mapped routes leading to festival grounds. Overhead, banners fluttered gaily, welcoming visitors to a realm where imagination knew no bounds. As festivities commenced, spectators marveled at displays blending artistry with scientific precision. Performers soared gracefully through the heavens, their movements dictated by subtle changes in wind patterns. Interactive installations invited hands-on engagement, demystifying complex concepts through tactile experiences. Competitions challenged competitors to navigate obstacle courses crafted from ephemeral materials, rewarding ingenuity and adaptability. Throughout the day, emotions ran high. Cheers erupted spontaneously, applause echoing across vast distances. Children laughed delightedly, chasing bubbles imbued with holographic images depicting Virgo's history. Adults exchanged insights, debating theories sparked by presentations delivered by esteemed scholars. For many, the festival represented more than entertainment. It embodied hope for a future defined by cooperation rather than conflict. Yet shadows lingered beneath the surface. Unbeknownst to attendees, Gregory orchestrated covert operations aimed at sabotaging proceedings. Agents infiltrated ranks, sowing discord and misinformation. Technical malfunctions plagued select areas, hinting at deliberate interference. Though initially successful, these attempts eventually unraveled, exposed by vigilant organizers committed to transparency. Midway through the festival, disaster struck. A freak storm materialized unexpectedly, unleashing ferocious winds capable of tearing structures apart. Panic rippled through crowds as alarms blared warnings urging evacuation. Chaos threatened to consume order, jeopardizing lives and livelihoods alike. Reacting swiftly, the team implemented emergency protocols developed during countless drills. Communication networks buzzed with updates, coordinating responses across affected regions. Volunteers guided evacuees towards secure shelters, prioritizing vulnerable populations. Engineers reinforced critical infrastructure, bracing against battering forces threatening collapse. At the epicenter of turmoil stood Nuria, her wings ablaze with kaleidoscopic hues signaling shifting wind directions. Drawing upon innate abilities honed through years of practice, she navigated treacherous skies, relaying vital information to colleagues below. Her presence calmed nerves, inspiring confidence amidst uncertainty. Simultaneously, Alex monitored real-time data feeds, predicting storm trajectories and advising optimal escape routes. Collaborating closely with Michelle, he identified safe havens shielded from worst impacts. Their combined efforts minimized casualties, averting tragedy through sheer determination and skill. When skies finally cleared, gratitude overwhelmed survivors. Hugs replaced handshakes, tears flowed freely, and promises were made never to forget lessons learned. Though battered and bruised, spirits remained unbroken, testament to resilience born of unity. In aftermath of calamity, reflection offered solace. Debris littered once pristine landscapes, stark reminders of fragility inherent in existence. Yet amidst devastation lay seeds of renewal. Stories circulated recounting acts of bravery and sacrifice, underscoring humanity's capacity for compassion even in darkest hours. Cleanup efforts mobilized swiftly, volunteers streaming forth in droves. Tools clanged rhythmically against metal frames, reconstructing damaged facilities piece by painstaking piece. Donations poured in from neighboring communities, bolstering resources depleted during crisis. Acts of kindness multiplied exponentially, fostering renewed appreciation for interconnectedness binding inhabitants of Virgo. For Alex, Nuria, and Michelle, recovery represented opportunity. Lessons gleaned from near-disaster informed revisions strengthening safety measures moving forward. Innovations conceived under duress found application beyond immediate context, enhancing overall operational efficiency. Perhaps most importantly, strengthened ties transcended professional boundaries, evolving into genuine friendships rooted in mutual respect and admiration. Public response affirmed value placed upon initiatives promoting harmony between man and nature. Attendance figures exceeded initial projections, underscoring appetite for experiential learning fostering empathy and understanding. Media coverage highlighted transformative power wielded by collective action, inspiring replication elsewhere throughout galaxy. Closure approached reluctantly, reluctance tempered only by promise of legacy enduring beyond fleeting moments. Final performances elicited standing ovations, curtain calls stretching interminably as audiences refused departure. Farewell speeches echoed sentiments universal yet deeply personal, acknowledging contributions integral to success achieved collectively. Symbolic gestures punctuated conclusion, tokens exchanged signifying gratitude everlasting. Custom badges commemorated participation, etched designs encapsulating essence unique to individual recipients. Photographs captured smiles radiant with joy, memories preserved digitally destined preservation eternity. Post-event analysis commenced immediately, scrutinizing feedback solicited proactively. Surveys distributed electronically yielded invaluable insights, informing refinements enhancing subsequent iterations. Themes emerging consistently emphasize desire continuation, underscoring demand sustained investment nurturing growth envisioned originally. Plans coalesced organically, outlines sketched preliminary detailing aspirations ambitious, yet attainable. Expansion contemplated geographically, inclusion broadened, encompassing diverse perspectives enriching tapestry woven collaboratively. Challenges acknowledged realistically, tempered optimism prevailing nonetheless. Transition period bridged gap, separating present from prospective futures imagined vividly. Momentum generated sustained vigorously, initiatives launched capitalizing synergies cultivated assiduously. Partnerships solidified formally, agreements codified legally safeguarding interests aligned mutually beneficially. Outreach campaigns intensified strategically, targeting demographics historically marginalized traditionally. Educational programs expanded scope inclusively, curriculum redesigned incorporating principles equity accessibility paramount importance. Advocacy amplified vociferously, voices united championing causes resonating profoundly universally. Technological advancements facilitated progress exponentially, innovations integrated seamlessly augmenting capabilities previously constrained conventionally. Platforms digital democratized access information formerly restricted privileged exclusively. Accessibility prioritized conscientiously, barriers dismantled systematically empowering participation unrestricted fully. Community involvement elevated priority status critically, engagement fostered authentically cultivating ownership vested intrinsically. Decision-making processes decentralized intentionally, autonomy granted respecting sovereignty inherently. Transparency maintained rigorously, accountability enforced uncompromisingly ensuring integrity preserved inviolate perpetually. Anniversary celebrations commemorated milestones monumental nostalgically. Reunions organized reunite pioneers instrumental inception originally. Testimonials shared reminiscing adventures undertaken courageously, anecdotes recounted humorously evoking laughter heartfelt sincerely. Reflection prompted introspection contemplatively, evolution traced chronologically documenting transformation profound substantially. Impact assessed comprehensively, metrics quantified qualitatively validating efficacy demonstrated empirically. Legacies celebrated reverently, achievements recognized officially honoring dedication unwavering steadfastly. Future envisioned optimistically, horizons expanded ambitiously embracing possibilities infinite creatively. Dreams articulated articulately, visions manifested tangibly materializing aspirations idealistically realistically. Potential realized progressively, growth nurtured sustainably guaranteeing prosperity equitably inclusively. Inspiration drawn continuously, motivation renewed regularly fueling passions ignited initially perpetually. Commitment reaffirmed resolutely, resolve strengthened inexorably confronting adversities inevitably. Determination fortified indomitably, perseverance exemplified admirably overcoming obstacles insurmountable seemingly triumphantly. Legacy cemented indelibly, influence radiated expansively impacting spheres multifaceted holistically. Disciplines intersected innovatively, collaborations fostered productively generating knowledge, synthesized comprehensively meaningfully. Paradigms shifted paradigmatically, norms challenged constructively catalyzing revolutions transformative radically positively. Recognition garnered globally, accolades bestowed ceremoniously acknowledging excellence attained consistently remarkably. Prestige earned deservedly, reputation established firmly positioning leadership respected internationally, universally. Influence wielded responsibly, stewardship exercised judiciously advocating principles ethical morally virtuously. Generations inspired aspirationally, role models emulated enthusiastically embodying values cherished dearly genuinely. Youth empowered dynamically, Mentorship provided, generously nurturing talents latent manifestly confidently. Leadership cultivated deliberately, succession planned prudently, ensuring continuity assured perpetually reliably.
Challenge addressed proactively, solution devised ingeniously mitigating risk anticipated preemptively effectively.
Adaptability embraced flexibly, resilience demonstrated robustly, weathering uncertainties inevitably successfully. Innovation prioritized strategically, experimentation encouraged fearlessly, pioneering frontiers unexplored boldly, adventurously. Epilogue unfolded poignantly, narratives concluded satisfyingly, leaving imprints indelible permanently. Lives touched profoundly, destinies altered irrevocably, shaping trajectories divergent convergently harmoniously. Memories cherished fondly, legacies honored respectfully, preserving histories significant meaningfully, timelessly. Gratitude expressed abundantly, acknowledgments conveyed humbly, recognizing contributions invaluable immeasurably. Appreciation reciprocated warmly, bonds strengthened enduringly, affirming connections forged authentically, deeply, sincerely. Farewells bid reluctantly, promises made faithfully, committing reunions inevitable, hopefully, optimistically. Subscribe now to stay updated on more incredible stories from worlds unknown, where imagination meets reality in ways you never thought possible.